Good morning and welcome to America's Home Cooking. Everybody in Texas knows if you're going to have a steak, you got to have a beer. Very standard. And Texans eat a lot of, at least when I was growing up, I don't know if they're still doing it today, but they eat a lot of beef. Well, it's in cattle country, what can I say? So I'm going to make some beer biscuits to go with it. And I'm going to use the beef lard because it has a slight smell of beef and I want to carry it through. So I put 1.5 cups of flour into a bowl with a 1/2 cup of whole wheat. Now we're going to add a tea. This is a very basic recipe, biscuit recipe. It's a very old recipe. We're going to add a teaspoon of salt and a tablespoon of baking powder to make sure these grow as high as we can get them. And the cute thing about it is the beer is going to have the foam as well. So these should come up nice and fluffy. And 3 teaspoons of baking soda. Baking powder, not soda. Scratch that. No. 3 teaspoons of baking powder. Now you're going to mix this together because we don't want everything in one area. These will be a light whole wheat beer biscuit that we're making. And the reason I make them light is a lot of people don't like whole wheat flour, and if you use completely whole wheat flour for your biscuits, they are really just too heavy. Now I'm going to add 6 tablespoons of beef lard in here. Oh, these are going to be good. I know they are. I don't have anybody tell me. I know they're going to be. And lard is not dangerous for you. It has what you need, the body needs. And your body does need fat in your kidney area and other areas. I'm not saying you can't use other things. That's your choice. But like I said, I want the slight smell of the beef in this. I'm not concerned about it when I make other things with it because it's not strong enough for anybody, but the beer might bring the flavor out a little more because in Texas they eat beef and they have beer with it. I've seen those steaks, man. They make some thick steaks like that. Oh my God. There wouldn't be little ones up here, man. They know how to cut a steak. And that's what I miss very much about Texas. Oh my God. 2, 4, 5, 6. When you make your own lard, you're a little more stingy with it, but at least I don't have to pay a company to buy theirs. You're going to cut this in. Everything I've told you so far is exactly what I've done. I mixed all the dry ingredients together, and now I have the shortening, and I'm going to work it in. Well, I should say the lard. You see how fast it cuts up into it? Here is my beer. You want about 3/4. I'm not being exact on this, but about 3/4. And that's a Guinness. I want the stronger flavor instead of a light flavor. If this is too wet, I'm going to add another 1/2 cup of flour. And yes, I am going to add another 1/2 cup of flour. So it will be 2 cups of all-purpose and 1/2 cup of whole wheat. We're just adding that. That should do it this time. Am I concerned about? No, because I'm mixing it all together anyway. So let's see. It will be 2 cups of all-purpose, a 1/2 cup of whole wheat, a teaspoon of salt, 3 teaspoons of baking powder, 6 tablespoons of lard, and about 3/4 of a cup of beer. Now, according to how strong the beer is, will dictate the flavor of your biscuits. And you've got your oven at 450, and we're going to be cutting some biscuits out in a bit. Just going to work all this flour in. I can see the beer is puffing it up already. I haven't even gotten it out to work it yet. Okay. So we'll have extra big biscuits here. Like I'm just pulling this out of my head right now. That's when you see me trying to make things work. Not quite right here or something. That's because I'm working on it. I'm going to put it in a ball. And then we'll pat it out and start getting these together. I'm not pressing hard, I'm just trying to get it to stick together. I'm going to pat it out to about 3/4 of an inch. See, some people make biscuits the same way all the time, or muffins the same. Today I want to make cranberry lemon, I'm thinking of making. Muffins for tomorrow morning. Extra biscuits here, and you can see it's rising up in spite of everything because of that beer. It foams as I work it. Then with the baking powder, we're gonna have extra biscuits today. Let's pull these back further. Oh, I'm always doing things. You can make sour cream biscuits if you wish. Yogurt biscuits. I mean, don't be limited to just one thing. And these come out really nice. I'm going to put some I'm going to add something to it. First I'm going to try it like this, and then we'll move forward. Now these biscuits are for breakfast this morning. And what am I serving with them? I'll show you when I'm done. Hold on. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. We're going to get 15 biscuits out of this because we used 2.5 cups of flour. If you use 2 cups, you have to cut back on the liquid. What am I doing here? This is extra flour. I'm going to add this to it, and then I use it to color it. Let's see if I can do it by my hand better. And I'll leave this flour on the counter with a plate on it. And I pull it out every time I have to use coat something. If I have to flour fish or I have to flour lamb or something, I use that. And to get the particles out, what I do is sift it and then it's clean again. Okay, we're gonna put them in for like 12 minutes. 12. Okay, on the hour. Now, what am I going to serve with this? I didn't show you how to do this. I should have, but I was listening to the news. Smelts. Now these biscuits are real great with this. You can use some fruit or a fruit cocktail with this. With coffee, for people who like coffee or tea. I don't like or drink coffee or tea, so I'll have something else to drink. It might have a juice or something, but this is nutritious, it's protein, and you can pretty much make a breakfast out of it. I might have a pair with it with the biscuits and the fish, and that'll be my breakfast, but I never showed you actually what I made for breakfast. Sometimes I'll just have a glass of buttermilk if I'm not hungry. But you don't have to have the same boring breakfast every morning. You can always do something different. And smelts cook up very quickly. I mean, 2-3 minutes and that's it. You know, when I fried mine up, I just put seasoned salt on them that I made and coated them with the leftover flour that I have there. And I sat there and just fried them up. In less than 10 minutes, I had it done. So that's something that you could think about for having for breakfast as well. But that's going to be my breakfast today. Okay, so I'll see you when the biscuits are done. Okay, here they are. Piping hot. Let me get this closer in before I burn myself again. Now the object of cooking biscuits is you don't want them to dry out. They will dry out if you overcook them in the oven. This is why they say 12 to 15 minutes. Check them always at 12. You touch them on the side. If they're too dry, you're gonna lose them. All right, here's my biscuit. That's just flour on the bottom of it. And see how moist they are when I press them? We're gonna open to see if they're done. There they are. Beer biscuits. Now we'll taste them and see how they are. Not that I'm starving. See how they fall apart? That's how light they are. That beer will foam up. It's also going to be a lift for your biscuits. They are very, very moist. And they're very light, extremely light. Because of the beer, taste a little more of the salt. So if you're worried about your salt, cut it a little bit back. I am not disappointed with these. Now, I was wondering if I make these biscuits and I put a couple of pieces of bacon, fry them up and crumble a nut into it, how would it taste? With the beer. They're very light. You really don't taste the lard in them at all. And the beer is mild, and I used a dark one. The lighter the beer and flavor, the less you're going to be able to taste it. So you're going to need to go to a stronger beer to get the flavor that you're looking for in your biscuits. But anyway, you take care and have a great day. Bye-bye.